prayer partners, welcome to day number 3 of Journal of Me. Yes, sorry, Pages of Me journal. Maybe I should redefine this and say Journal of Me. I think next month that's what I'll do. Because every time in my mind is always like Journal of Me, even though it's written Pages of Me. The reason being, at first when I designed it, I wrote Journal of Me. And then later I was like, oh, okay, Pages of Me journal, right? So this is a diary that will be sent monthly. If you really would like to be part of the subscription, it can be sent to you. If you're anywhere in South Africa, you can just communicate with me and I'll send it to you. But if you're not in South Africa, maybe you would like a soft copy so you can be able to print it yourself, I can be able to provide that at a cost. And then if you are not willing to use that, is also fine. You can use any diary that you have. This is my extra diary that I have. I have my Kindle, right? I have so many things. You can use your notes, you can use your phone, you can even use anything as long as you're writing something down. The reason is why we're writing something down, so that you do not forget. You write things so as to make sure that you do not forget. You write things so that you discover what you know. It's also written there is a part where I said I write it down so I discover what is it that I know. So before we start, let's have a moment of prayer. After that, in heaven, thank you for the day that you've given us today. Please talk to us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So today we're going to be looking at Ruth chapter 1 from verse 11 to verse 17. And I've titled today's topic and saying find the right people to be your ride or die. Whenever you're looking at this, the right kind of people, having that group or that person around you, be like, this is my person. It's really hard finding that person, but you need to make sure that you set up some things so as to make sure that you find the right people. The reason why I'm saying that is I love what Ruth says. Let's read what Ruth says to Naomi. It says, entreat me. Okay, yes, I use the New King James Version in the King James Version, but use the version that you know. It says, but Ruth said, entreat me not to leave you or to turn back from following after you. For wherever you go, I'll go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I'll be buried. The Lord do so to me and more also, if anything but death parts you and me. Wow. Wow. Even in relationships, even in poems, people do not even say such things. But Ruth said it to Naomi. Number one, when you're looking at this is an ex-mother-in-law. She wasn't bound to her anymore. This wasn't her biological mother. She could have just left and gone back to her family and stayed back with the family. We do not know what her family history is like. But she actually chose to stay with Naomi because she actually loved her. And she says, wherever you go, I will go. And the things your God, my God. And she's moving from her place. She's moving from the people that she has known all her life. She's moving from the space of Moabite and going to the Israelites. And she's going to be a foreigner in that area. She's going to be in a space where she doesn't know the people around. But because she knows Naomi, she said, if it's with you, girl, I'll go. Doesn't matter where you're going, I will make sure that we go together. That is what she's saying. And if you're looking at that, who are the kind of people that you have in your life that will actually stay with you? Who are the kind of people that you, even if things happen, you actually keep them? Those are the ride or die that I'm actually talking about. In order to make sure that you keep them, there are 3 things that I actually wrote down. There are 3 things that you need to make sure that you do. But before we get to that, let me read my reflection that I have for today. If you have the diary, there is a part which says reflection, but if you do not have it, you can write the reflection that you had today from reading this chapter and what has helped you today and what habits you'd like to change or improve in your life. The reflection that I got today says, find people in your life that you can hold on to, people that will pull you up and bring you closer to God. Not just people that open the doors for you, but will be with you when no one else will. A lot of people in our lives that actually say, what is it that I'm going to gain from this friendship? What is it that you're bringing to the table? What is it that you will do? Because we're always looking for to gain out of people, but then sometimes you do not even need to gain something from someone else. You can keep the right people around you and nothing will happen, because those are the people who hold you up and you are all growing together. Are you willing to make sure that you grow together? And or you're just looking to gain something out of a relationship that we had? But with ride or die kind of people, you are growing together. Number one, you need to be open to finding new people. Maybe you've identified that the people that you know around you, those are not the right people. Maybe we can be your ride or die. Be open to finding other people, greet other people that you meet. Be open, smile about it. Maybe you have this face like mine, which says stay away. But I try to smile, I try to open up so as to make sure that I identify and I see the new people that are coming into my life so that I can be able to keep them. Have a standard that I keep up to make sure that, oh, okay, when I'm looking for a friend, these are the right kind of friends that I think will be helpful for me. I'm not saying I'm going to gain out of them, but there are some things that, are sort of like my non negotiables when it comes to friendships. I'd like a friend that actually knows who God is, who has rooted in God so that we can be able to grow spiritually together. Or I would like a friend who doesn't lie. I do not like friends that gossip. I do, those kind of standards that you have in your life. Number two, you need to make sure that you nurture the relationships that you have. After you've gotten that relationship, make sure that you nurture it. Or the kinds that you, when you're looking at it, like, okay, that person could have been my ride or die, but because I didn't nurture it, you can go back and re-nurture that relationship because we are realigning. So you're re-nurturing that relationship. The people that come by actively, you need to make sure that you actively communicate with them. You need to make sure that you appreciate them. Appreciating someone sometimes is all about maybe giving them a compliment or making sure that you communicate with them, making sure that you tell them nice things, like, oh, I was just thinking about you, so I send them a text. Tell them that they look nice. If they look nice, tell them that they look nice. And if there's something that you're going through, be open about it. Be vulnerable with that person. The reason why so many relationships are superficial is because people are not open about other things. We have friends that we only talk about superficial things. So therefore, the relationship will be superficial. But if you open up and you show and you are vulnerable with that person, then you will make sure that that relationship will go. Maybe you are afraid. You're like, "Oh, what if I open up to this person and this person hurts me?" There is always that chance that if you open up to someone, that person will hurt you. But you do not need to worry about whether that person will hurt you. What you need to do is to make sure that you are vulnerable and you open up to this person. If they hate you, yes, you need to heal and then you move on. You open up to the other person. You do not bring in baggage from the past relationships that you have had into the other relationship because you're always on your guard. Now you're always in a fight or flight because other people did this to you. Yes, other people did this to you, but you do not need to bring it up into this relationship that you are building up. And you make sure that you set the boundaries. You set boundaries with this person. You tell them, I'm like this, I'm like this. I'm not saying like that you are so astute and you stand on your things and you be like, I do not like people who call me a 10. No. What I'm saying is, I do not like people who gossip. And therefore, if you feel like you would like to gossip, you need to make sure, please do it to someone else. The reason is because if you gossip, it makes me feel like blah, blah, blah. Those are the things that you need to talk about. You need to communicate with this person because this person is not mind reader. This person is not going to know the kinds of things that are turned off for you if you do not communicate. If this person knows that saying this um, is hurting you, if you do not say it, that person is not a mind reader. You need to be able to do that. The reason why a lot of these relationships these days, a lot of the friendships that we have do not last, it is because most of the times there are so many things that are left unsaid. There are so many things that we assume that the other person will know just because they are your friend. The fact that they are your friend doesn't mean that they know exactly everything that is going on in your mind, because even you sometimes don't even know what is going on in your mind. So you need to be open up about it. So those are the things that you need to look into and to make sure that you build the right kind of people around you and to keep the right kind of people around. And the alignment check that I want to ask today is, you can go, sorry, the becoming work. You can go to the becoming work and then you can ask yourself this question and write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Yes. It says, what have I been avoiding admitting to myself? You can write a paragraph on that. And if nothing changes, where will I be in 1 year? And if you do not change, where will you be in 1 year?